Hi everybody, it's me, Lax, and also known as Chino and Artie. I'm going to be talking about a rare title, and it's one of my favorite titles when I was growing up, and I was playing the PC version that time, and it was a great game. It was very. I had the PC version and the 3DO version of the game. It's called D. Okay, now I actually have part one on the PC and the 3DO. What I'm playing right now, right here, is actually the 3DO version on via emulation. The um, the D package is it's published by Acclaim, and it was released on many platforms. It was released on Sega Saturn, PlayStation, the PC, 3DO. But if you played the Japanese 3DO version, there was actually a sequel, a non-related sequel to D. Basically D2, but it was a prototype that was supposed to release on the M2 system, which is known as the 3DO console number two. 3DO number two, basically, because it was the second 3DO console that was never ever released. But due to supply and demand, um, the PlayStation version had a lot of pre-orders for this game, and it was a very strong soundtrack, strong game, very atmospheric. And this before, they already had Resident Evil, but yet this game was very scary, and you have to play this game in one straight. Like you got to play it straight. There's no save point. You got to go exactly by its time. So it's just one straight. And the screenshots don't. I do not recommend playing the PC version. It's highly interlaced. I'm playing the 3DO version, which is almost identical to the PlayStation version, which was very sharper video. The game is basically nothing but a pre-rendered graphics, full motion video as you move the cursor using QuickTime events. But it was a very scary game. Now, my next game that I'm going to be talking about is this. It's not a sequel, but it has the same actress that appears on this game, Laura, appears in a little more younger 29-year-old version called Enemy Zero. Enemy Zero came out on the Sega Saturn, and it was one of the best, games that I've seen. Graphically, it looked very nice. I don't know how to describe it. It was just amazing how it really kept up. I mean, the reason why it was never released in other platforms, what happened was the M2 system was already dead. Okay, so, and what happened with well, as you can see, this is the PC version. I don't have the Sega Saturn version. The reason why it was only released on Sega Saturn, that's the only platform that the director, I forgot the director's name, but what happened is he he got really upset at Sony because they didn't distributed the enough copies that of the first game came out that was high in demand, and the pre-orders never was sent out. So he just basically released it on the Sega Saturn. But they made a port on the PC, and this is the PC release. It's basically an English port. Now there's two styles of gameplay. It uses full motion video gameplay, and then it mixes up to 3D acceleration. As you can see right here, it's in 3D acceleration mode. Um, yes, and the copy I have right here is by Xplosiv. Okay, it's 4 CDs. Yeah, literally, like, oh, let me see. I don't know. And I like they're not here anymore, but they release games that are hard to find on the PC platform. Like, literally, it's hard to find. Um, it actually works. Any title that comes out by this company, Explosive, they actually make the game work on any Windows. It works on Windows XP. Originally, the PC version in Japan can only run on I believe on the Windows 9X edition. It will never run in any other system. So I just have to say that I am lucky to have this copy, and it works perfectly fine. This is what I was talking about when I'm talking about the motion sequences. Okay, right there. Wait, okay. There we go. See, I'm actually going a little. I'm going via YouTube. See, these are some scenes of the game. But as you can see right there, the graphics is actually Direct 3D. Out of the box, for an old game, you can actually just plug your Xbox 360 controller in the PC and it runs perfectly fine without any key configuration. Just go to the settings, set it up to 4 buttons and 2 triggers. And it runs perfectly out of the box. And that's how it is when you're moving freely instead of the full motion video sequences that are capped. And Xplosiv made release a certain times. I mean, people say this is a UK copy. No, I got this here in America. I bought it at Fry's Electronics. These companies, Xplosiv, also another company called Sold Out Software, which is it works on any platform. Okay, this is Expandables. Yes, I do have the PlayStation version too, which was released on PlayStation and it released on the PC. Then later on, it became like they try to promote this game again on the Android devices. Ouya, Nvidia Shield tried to re-promote this game. I don't know if it got really successful. It came out on the Android device, Google Play. You have to purchase it. Expandable is a great game. Let me dig to it. Yep, here is the PlayStation version, the original release. Nope, it's not a greatest hits. I mean, what you're gonna get is the PlayStation style graphics. The graphics is not as sharp as the PC version. The PC version is identical to the Droid version, basically. So if you play the Android version, I can't believe this game came out years later and they re-released it. But that company, Xplosiv, I thank them for releasing this game, because that's actually the box cover that came out in Japan, and they just put this cover and then they put the CDs in sleeves. I mean, when you buy more games, you get one free or something like that. And I remember I gotta really dig into my pile of games. I got a lot of rare finds. Are you into that game called Race Storm and Ray Crisis? Yes, this company Xplosiv released Race Storm on the PC. It came out on the PC, released, and I bought it. The same day I bought this, and this one is anything that was released like that. It's already patched up, and you can play the game even on today's computers, even on Windows 10. It runs on Windows 8.1 or even it runs on Windows 10, and it runs perfectly fine. So that's actually Enemy Zero. But speaking about D, I cannot talk about the sequel because I never bought it, because I never got a chance to. I have the emulated copy. I played by Dreamcast emulation, but it is completely different from the final version. If you look at the prototype, so look it up. It's called M2D. See if you can find D2, the prototype edition, which is a very, oh man, I hate that piano music when they played it. So this is a rare gems that came out on the PC. So if you can look, look it up. Expandables, yes, it did came out on the PC. I know people are in the Android market. If you guys didn't know, it came out on the PC way before. It started out on the PlayStation and it came out on PC and Droid later. First PC and then the Droid later. Enemy Zero was only released on 2 platforms. It would not come out on the M2 because it was a dead console. So it was supposed to be made for PlayStation, but the director was so upset that, due to high demands of the first game, never got their pre-orders. So he just released it on Sega Saturn and the PC. So I thank you guys for watching. This is my rare gems. It's about Expandables and Enemy Zero ND, and you should check them out. Try to find a way to get them running. I got this game running on via emulation on my 3DO. That's the only best way I can play it. Playing the PlayStation version, I don't like it running on my PC by emulation. The only best way to play it on emulation is on the 3DO. But if you're gonna play the PC version, you have to use a DOS box emulation. And oh my god, the graphics is interlaced. It's not what you expect. The box cover was really false advertisement to me. And I was a big collector on every game. I collected every single Acclaim game that was ever made. I have the complete set title because they had this little pamphlet when you open the box. So these are rare gems. So I thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to my channel and also check me out on Facebook. All right.